What's up? What's up? What's up? Welcome to the Sports Sidebar Podcast. You're tuned in with your boy Rich, and I'm here with my buddies Tom and JD, and we're about to get this thing started. Let's go.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We're back with a brand spanking new one. Our moment of reckoning has come. How's everybody doing tonight?
Doing all right, Rich. How you doing?
Well, fantastic, man. Fantasy teams are all put together. Like I said before, man, just praying to the football gods. None of my star guys get hurt. I stay away from injuries, man.
Aren't we all? This is that time of year where you like the look of your team. Can they stay healthy?
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I'm not too excited about the guillotine one. I'm not too excited about that team.
So that one's all about survival. Just don't be the worst.
Yeah, so I saw it has like a bar where it has like the lowest. So it says I'm safe based on my projected score. So hopefully Jamar Chase goes off that first week. If not, somebody's gonna be getting him that second week.
I know you're a big draft position guy. I'm not really I don't really care where I draft, but number one's tough. That's you put a lot of pressure on Jamar Chase. It's number one's a tough spot to draft from.
Yeah, it definitely is. Just because you're sitting there and waiting so long for somebody else to fall to you. If it doesn't, then kind of like how Tom was, his whole draft was messed up by the time it got back to him.
Yeah.
I mean, let's get right into it, man. We got let's kick off with the NFL. I mean, we got week 1 coming up this week, Thursday night game. We're gonna have the Cowboys versus the Eagles. I ain't gonna lie, I'm rolling with the Eagles, man. But how you feeling about this game?
Yeah. I'm rolling with the Eagles again. I think the Eagles are they're going to be really good again. As long as they have the quarterback, the line is pretty much the same. And the defense, if anything, I think has probably gotten a little bit better. So yeah, I like the Eagles to go, pretty deep into the playoffs, if not back to the Super Bowl.
Oh yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I don't think they get to Super Bowl. I think they get to the like NFC Championship and lose to like maybe one of those teams like the Lions or like trying to think or the Packers, something like that.
Yeah.
So, but still, they're still going to be right in the mix. On the other side, talk about the Cowboys, man. They went ahead and they traded their best player on their team. They sent them off packing to the Packers, man. We didn't think it was going to happen, but Jerry said he was tired of his shit, man.
Yeah, he's kind of stood hard and fast on this one. Wanted him to play out his 5th year. Clearly was never going to pay the guy. If you're going to do the trade, I feel like you could have done it in March and gotten some probably better value. And if you shopped him around a little bit, probably could have gotten some better value there. It's one of those things. It's where it's like maybe the trade wasn't the worst thing, because I don't know if they're a Super Bowl team with Micah Parsons, probably not. So try to get better by getting picks and doing that thing. But I think it's just all about the value in return that I just don't agree with. So it's similar to the Luka trade for me. Like if you're going to trade him and you've made up your mind that you're going to trade him, at least get the best package you can, because I just don't think that the Cowboys did that.
Yeah, man. Like we mentioned before, man. I compare this trade to the Khalil Mack trade. When they traded Khalil Mack, they got like 4 first-rounders. In this case, the Cowboys only got 2. And if you look at the first 3-4 years that Khalil Mack had and that Parsons had, I mean, Parsons outnumbers him as far as the amount of sacks he got. I mean, Parsons has been double-digit sacks since his rookie year. So I think he's had like 50-something sacks. So, I mean, I felt like the Cowboys definitely could have got a lot more. I wonder what other teams were really in the mix. Adam Schefter said a bunch of teams were, but he didn't want to reveal which teams. So I'm sure it's kind of controversial what teams were in there. Like I said, I wish we were where he was able to tell us which teams were in the mix, what they offered,
Right.
just to see if that was the best deal that they got,
Yeah, I'm
or
with you.
if they just didn't want to send them to certain teams like the Chiefs or the
Which is
Lions or
again is totally fair. I don't think anyone would, unless they completely blew you away, which I don't think that those top end teams can really do. Yeah, I think it almost benefits Jerry to go out and say, yeah, we this is who we talked to. These are the packages we got, and we felt like the Packers were, in terms of competition and package, they were the best suitor. But yeah, you'll never get that out of a GM because he'll just get criticized till uh, the end of the world on that.
yeah, pretty much like the Hard Knocks, but
Yeah,
um,
exactly. It'll be another when the Giants GM is laughing at Saquon signing with the Eagles, and we all know how that turned out.
yep, Super Bowl, of course. Then the NFL, they're giving us a Friday night game. They're giving us the Chiefs versus the Chargers. I'm interested to see in how these how the Chargers look going into their second year. See how McConkey looks. See how their running back situation looks. And I'm curious to see how this Harris kid looks. He's one of the receivers on their team. People were raving about him in camp. I wonder if he's going to get a lot of burn this game, as well as the return of Keenan Allen. How does he equate into McConkey's targets and so forth? But I ain't gonna lie, the Chiefs are gonna chief, and I feel like they're gonna beat the Chargers, man.
Yeah, I think so too. It's probably what I'm thinking is that kind of similar to that game last year, where it's kind of a close game, and the Chiefs pull off a nice win.
Yeah, man. I think the Chiefs they kick off on the right foot. They're kind of one of those teams that they don't really mess around, can't afford to lose.
Hmm.
Um, Being that they got you got to worry about the Ravens and the Bills, so you got
Hmm.
to kind of have one or two more wins in those teams, so they come to
Right.
you rather than you go to them come
Right.
playoff time, because it gets a little cold in Buffalo. And then we got our Sunday games. I mean, a full slate. I mean, we're gonna have the Dolphins versus the Colts. We're gonna see the first start for Daniel Jones, see how he looks on that team, and if he can muster up some offense. Otherwise, those position players on the Colts are going to be steals, because they were going late as hell in the drafts.
Hmm.
Um, let's see what Tyreek Hill's able to do, and then hopefully Tua doesn't get hurt again, because it's going to be a long day for the Dolphins. But I think this one could go either way. Honestly, I feel like the Colts are going to pull it out just because they're able to run the ball more, but you never know.
Yeah, I like Miami. I do feel like Mike McDaniel usually gets off to a good start, hot start. I think Tua was 4-0 in his last four opening day games, so I do like Miami here. I am interested to see what the Colts look like with Daniel Jones, though. That should be a fun one. A little nostalgia for you there, Rich.
Yeah, I feel like he's going to ball out, but I
Yeah.
feel like I don't know, man. I just feel I want to say he's gonna ball out, but I also don't think he is, just because of the way he plays. But I mean, you never know, man.
Yeah.
And then we got the Steelers versus the Jets. I mean, this is a revenge game for both teams. Both teams is quarterback. You got Fields playing on the Jet side, and you got Aaron Rodgers playing on the Steelers side. Steelers went out, made some moves. They signed DJ Metcalf. Jets, they went out there and they got Fields, man. So hopefully he's the quarterback of the future. How you feeling about your team, man?
Well, was feeling okay until one of their top offensive linemen went down today with a torn tricep. So Elijah Vera Tucker's out probably for the whole year, which is not good on an already questionable line. I would say at best. Your top guard goes down. That's not good. Curious to see what the offense looks like with Fields, Wilson, Brees Hall, Braylon Allen, that kind of whole crew. And yeah, I think the defense should be okay. They should be pretty good. I don't know. I'm taking one game at a time. I hope they take down the Steelers. But really, after many years as a Jets fan, it's tough to get too high anymore. So you just kind of gotta wait and see.
Yeah, man, I feel like this is the year for you guys to change it around. You got a new coach, new quarterback. You know, you know, run game. You guys got a receiver. You know, decent tight end and a good defense. So, of course, you got a defensive minded head coach. So, he's definitely going to toughen up those guys to kind of get them to play kind of like the Lions did, um,
Hmm.
where everybody's flying over the place. So, I'm definitely looking forward to seeing how your defense plays as well as your offense, how your quarterback plays. I mean,
Yeah. Yeah.
Fields has some experience with Wilson because they played back in college. So, I mean, the connection shouldn't be too hard. But like I said, I'm interested to see what type of scheme they're running for your quarterback, right?
Yeah.
Are they going to let him get out and pass in the pocket? Or are they going to mix it in with letting him scramble for some runs? But either way, it's going to be a long day. I feel like you guys are going to run a lot all
Yeah.
over,
I think
all
it's
over,
a lot on the ground for sure.
yeah, all over the Steelers. So definitely look forward to it. And then some of the other games. I mean, we got the Panthers versus the Jaguars. I hate to say it, this is a pre garbage bowl to see which team is going to be the worst team this year. I'm interested to see what happens with Travis Hunter. They got him listed as a cornerback and a receiver as a starter. So let's see how tired he's going to be. Hopefully, you know, your Panthers they can muster up some decent offense. They
Yeah.
do got a bunch of guys coming back on defense that missed out
Hmm.
last year. So that's definitely going to help them. So I'll definitely keep an eye out on this game because the number 2 receiver in Carolina might be a nice little pickup. This Jaguar running back situation anywhere between 1 to 3 running backs. So if the third or second running back, I mean, this is definitely an opportunity for somebody to go pick somebody up in the waiver wire because
Yeah.
I think two of them on the waiver wire. So
Yeah. Well, it's the the age old question. If you have 3 running backs, do you have one? Um, I don't know. It's like, do you take up a roster spot with a guy like Tank Bigsby, and then he gets 2 carries for 4 yards? It's like roster spots are at a premium in fantasy, and you got to have the right. If you're gonna take a backup guy, you got to make sure high value that you have a high value there, because there's only so many guys you can carry on the team.
oh yeah, and then pretty much we have the Giants and the Commanders. I want to say, I don't know how to feel about this game. I want the Giants to lose, and also want them to win.
I
Um,
know, I know.
but I feel like that defense is going to keep them in games. So I'm definitely interested to see how what they do offensively as far as how Russell looks.
Yep.
To see how much they go to Scatterboo. What packages they have him in, and then just to see the defense. But I mean,
Yeah.
they're definitely gonna need to be in some positions to blitz the quarterback because they might be in games where there's a lot of passing going on.
Sure.
If it is a shootout, that benefits them the most because then they can go out there and pass rush. So
Yep.
then we got the Buccaneers versus the Falcons. I'll definitely be looking at this game just to see if the Falcons can live up to the hype and see if they can take over this division. And just to see if the Buccaneers can hold on to this division and if the
Yeah.
Falcons have arrived or not with Penix and some of the other weapons. We got the Bengals versus the Browns.
Ooh, yeah.
Honestly, this should be an easy one for the Bengals.
You say that, but their defense
Yeah,
has proved otherwise in the past.
yeah, but I don't think the Browns could put up 30 points. That's the thing. Um,
I don't either, but there were teams last year they played that I felt like couldn't put up 30 points, and they did. So, if I'm a if I'm a survivor pool guy, I'm staying away from the Bengals in this game. I run one, and I know guys that are already loading up on the Bengals. I got to see them play a couple of times. The offense, obviously not concerned about, and they should be able to outscore them. I think Zach Taylor can outcoach Stefanski at this point, but I don't trust that defense for anything.
yeah, I don't trust the defense, but I trust Jamar Chase. So
Yeah,
he's gonna go for a $125 in the tud, man. But other than that, I mean, like I said, man, I don't think the Browns have enough offensively to compete. They're kind of in flux with their quarterback situation. I mean, Falco's gonna play like Falco plays, but
Hmm.
like I said, I don't know if they have enough, man. But do want to pay attention to this Browns backfield just to see if how slowly they bring in Judkins along. I think he's just getting back with the team now, so I know you got him on one team, I got him on one team, so
Hmm.
definitely gonna keep an eye out for him.
For sure.
And then we got the Lions versus the Packers. Packers went out there. They went out there. They got Parsons. Lions, they lost both their offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator. So it's gonna be interesting, man. To
Yeah,
see if the
we'll really see what Dan Campbell and company are made of over there in Detroit. I mean, I think a lot of people are still high on Detroit. Losing coordinators isn't easy. I think one of the underrated things of all the Bill Belichick, stuff was that he kind of kept his coordinators for the most part. I think he had Charlie Weiss and Romeo Crennel for a while till they left, but then, I think after that, I don't know. I felt like he always had pretty stable coordinators.
yeah, he did
So
between
so
McDaniels and
yeah, yeah.
so. But
So
that,
losing two coordinators in 1 year is difficult.
yeah, so I mean, we're gonna see what kind of stuff they'll be putting out on the field. Ultimately, everybody's back on their offense. Their defense is
Yep.
gonna be fully healthy this year. Being they went through so many injuries last year. Um,
Hmm.
so we're gonna wait and see, man.
Yep.
On the Packers end, like I said, they went ahead. They got Parsons, so they went from one of the worst pass rushing teams last year to hopefully they'll be probably in the mix for top 10 at least. They got a young defense, a bunch of guys that can fly around,
Hmm.
and we're gonna see what happens with Golden, man. Matthew
I
Golden, man.
think I think they're the youngest team in the league,
Yeah, I think so, man. One up, yeah.
man.
So
And they're now they're a Super Bowl contender. So yeah, I mean, good job by the Packers. They're filling gaps where they need to, and I again, I think we all know this by now, but a lot of this in the NFL, your season really hinges on your quarterback, right? So it'll be up to Jordan Love to get things done. But yeah, they got a good line, they got a good running back, got some weapons, and obviously it boosts their defense with Parsons. So with some big some big shoes over there that are to be filled in Green Bay. So I am curious to see how they come out of the gate on Sunday.
that's what I said. It's going to be interesting because this is
Yeah,
one of those divisions where you got three teams that could potentially make the playoffs.
sure.
So
And to be honest, the Bears are, I think, a wild card. They who knows if Caleb Williams makes a big jump, they could be right in that discussion too.
oh yeah, man. So it's going to be crazy how if it comes down, first, especially in this division, it may come down to a game or two. So
Right.
you definitely want to beat your opponent, your in division opponent when you can. So
Yeah.
and then we got the Texans versus the Rams. I'm just interested to see how the Texans look. With not really much quarter running back situation. And then on the Rams side, I mean, the addition of Devontae Adams, just to see how much that cuts into Puka's yardage. And then people are kind of worried on Kyron Williams. They think he's going to get a lesser load this year. I'm hoping not because I got him on I think both my teams. But just to see how the Matthew Stafford situation is going to pan out, just because he's been I think he missed pretty much most of training camp.
Yeah, it kind of started as like, oh, we're just gonna give him rest, and then it I think people started getting concerned. But yeah, it looks like he'll be ready to go Sunday, and I think that Rams team could be pretty good too.
Yeah, they got a young defense too. I think they're right there with like as far as the Eagles, as far as a young and upcoming defense. But
Hmm.
honestly, I'm probably gonna roll with the Texans because I just feel like they're not gonna be able to stop Nico Collins. He's just so physical. And then I just want to see
I
what
think
CJ
I
does.
think yeah.
No, no, okay, I just want to see what CJ does with those receivers.
Yeah, I'm a little worried about the Texans, just because of they're beat up. I think across the board, from receiver to running back. I think their defense should be pretty good, but yeah, I'm also curious to see how C.J. Stroud does in year three, right? Like what are we going to get this year? It's not the big year for him yet, but typically in these off seasons are when they like to start to extend these.
Like I said, it's definitely an interesting situation to pay attention to. So just to
Yep.
see which players step up. These are players potentially we all need to go out there and pick up on the waiver wire after week 1, depending on how they perform. So, and then we have the Sunday night games. We have the Ravens versus the Bills. This is going to be a good one. I don't know who I want to go with on this one. I feel like the Ravens. This is a Ravens revenge game, so I feel like they might win. But you can't count Josh Allen out, man.
Nope. I like the Bills here. I just think they find a way to get it done, and it's another close but opening loss for the Ravens.
But yeah, man, it's gonna be a good game because I mean they're gonna see each other again, depending on how the season goes. If they're not able to uh, be a game up on the Chiefs because they're gonna run to each other again, just like last year. So, and then we got the was it Monday? Yeah, Monday night game. We got the Vikings versus the Bears. I'm just for this game. I really want to see how Caleb Williams looks and how JJ McCarthy looks, man. Also, I want to see how this Bears offense looks. But so I'm gonna roll with the Bears, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna go. Probably gonna roll with the Vikings. Jefferson should be back healthy. Him and JJ McCarthy, I felt like had something going on in training camp last year. Haven't followed them much this year, to be honest. But I think I like what Minnesota's done on that squad in general, and I just think Kevin O'Connell's a great coach. So I think that Minnesota is going to be right back into this year, probably around the 12-13 win range, and vying for a higher playoff.
Yeah, I mean it's gonna be crazy, man, because these teams are, like you mentioned, man. Three of the 4 gonna be in the mix. The fourth one can be a wild card. I don't think we ever had a situation where all 4 teams made the playoffs. So
I don't think
somebody's gonna catch the short end of the stick. So definitely gonna be paying attention to see how this goes, man. And if Caleb Williams doesn't pan out, man, he just might be a bust, man. I ain't gonna lie. He just might be a bust, man. But outside of that, I don't think it was much else in the NFL. I mean, we had our fantasy teams wrap up. I know you said you're feeling okay about your team. I was feeling the same way, but like I said, man, we just pray to the fantasy guys that nothing goes wrong, man.
Yeah, I was gonna say that feeling good doesn't mean anything until your team steps on the field.
Oh yeah. And then we had college football. We had your boy Arch Manning, man. He didn't look good, man. He didn't look good, man. But I'm gonna shoot him some bail because he was going up against an NFL scheme defense, and then offensively they did not call any plays for him. I mean, they didn't. I think he had like 60, almost 70 yards rushing. But that was like out of desperation. Wasn't really using them. As far as them trying to get the ball to their weapons, guys were dropping balls. The timing was off. Some of it was his fault. Some of it was the receiver's fault. And I mean, Ohio State just did a good job defensively. You know, showing one thing on defense and doing another. They probably got one of the best defensive players in college football right now, Caleb Downs. He transferred in from Alabama. So I mean, you know how Nick Saban knows how to pick them. So I mean, if you got somebody that transferred from Alabama, they're gonna be a pro. So he'll probably go top 5, top 10 ish in this year's draft. And then they had Smith, man, the wide receiver. He didn't really do anything crazy, but I said Texas just wasn't kind of seemed like they were like shook. And they wasn't really prepared. But so there's an opportunity for them to see each other again later on in the playoffs if things pan out. But like I said, I'm gonna shoot Arch some bail, but I'm definitely hopefully expecting some bigger things from him.
Yeah, I think a tough spot, right? Tough opening spot going to Ohio State. You know, first big start, I would say, and you're going against the defending national champions at their home field. So I'm going to give them a little bit of a pass on this one. But I expect to I'd expect a get right game this week, and then let's see what happens in week 3.
Yeah, I mean he can't afford another ill-advised week. So
No,
um, we're gonna have to wait and see how things pan out. But I'm believing in you, Arch. So don't prove me wrong, man.
exactly.
I mean, outside of that, your boy Bill Belichick, he got his first can of ass whipping from TCU. Welcome to college football. But honestly, I don't think USC is ready to. I don't really think they're going to do much this year.
No, it was. I think everyone got real excited after that first drive, but yeah, I think it really came to roost here at the end. You know, that TCU scoring 41 unanswered points. Yeah, it didn't look good. Didn't look good out there, that's for sure. And I know he's paying a lot of guys a lot of money there, so yeah, it's got to get better. I don't think it can get worse, but I guess we'll wait and see what happens.
Oh yeah, man. I couldn't believe they're paying a quarterback $4 million,
I
and
know,
he didn't complete a pass for like 2 hours. I was like, what?
crazy, crazy.
I mean, speaking of $4 million, your boy Miami quarterback Carson Beck, he goes out there and he proves why he's worth that $4 million. He went out there, he balled out. He helped Miami beat Notre Dame for the upset. I don't think Miami's back, but they're going to be in a good position this year with him at the helm.
Yeah, he looked I think stabilizing for that team. Miami looked good. Their D line, their O line, they both look good. Yeah, they took down Notre Dame. Notre Dame made a comeback, and I think Mario Cristobal probably gave him the chance to tie the game there at the end with the play calling towards the end of the game, which wasn't great. Leaving a 47-yard field goal to tie the game or to take the lead to a kicker that you basically had on your team for a week is not ideal, but that's what they did, and they gave an opportunity for Marcus Freeman and Notre Dame to come back, but the D line was just too strong and just put some heavy pressure on the quarterback there on that last drive.
I don't say both these teams are going to see each other again, but if things play out, they're both going to be in a position to make the college playoff now that it's expanded. Imagine you getting paid $4 million in college to play quarterback.
I know, crazy. And I think the one nice thing too about the new playoff system is that I think in the past these losses would have basically been the end of the season for the Clemson or Notre Dame or Alabama, which I think Alabama's toast anyways, but it's a different story. But you can, or Texas, you can afford to lose these games now and not have it be the
Yeah, pretty much. Like, but the thing is though, which sucks is for like these smaller schools. We see it every time. These teams are like 11-2. They get in over the undefeated Indiana or something, just because Indiana didn't have the greatest strength of schedule. But hopefully these expanded teams are supposed to fix that. But we're gonna wait and see how things pan out.
Mm-hmm.
On to the NBA, not really much here besides this little Kawhi Leonard situation. Apparently, he got paid about $28 million for a no-show job, or just to circumvent his NBA salary. Honestly, I'm not surprised. I feel like a lot of teams are probably doing this. He just got caught.
Yeah, I haven't looked much into the story this afternoon, but they figure out how he actually got caught.
Well, some guy reported about it.
Yeah, I know, Pablo Torre. He reported
Then
about it, but how did he find out about it?
that I don't know. Maybe because the other people that were on the list. Apparently, there's a bunch of guys besides Kawhi. There's like Drake, a bunch of other people, like well-known people that are getting paid. I don't know. Maybe it's a public record. I don't say maybe public record. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know.
It can't be public record. Then you could just go find anyone's tax returns. Like something happened where they found it.
I think this is interesting. I don't know if the NBA is going to really find it. Like that's the thing. I mean, you just say the Clippers are at an advantage because of what they did, because now you have a player taking less money, so you can sign other players, but they haven't won. Right? I think it's different. I think it's different if they won like 3 chips in a row, or they've been to the finals a bunch of times,
It's a
but
valid point.
they can't even get out the first round. So it's not like this is really benefiting them. But
Yeah.
I don't know. We're definitely gonna wait and see. I'm sure the NBA is gonna try to find them or do something. But if Steve Ballmer's got enough money, it doesn't even matter. So.
True.
And then on to the WNBA. Not really much here. The players was just complaining about the back-to-backs, but what you expect, man?
Yeah.
I mean, the NBA players complain about it too, but I mean, you definitely want to negotiate that in your collective bargaining agreement, so you don't play as many back-to-backs. But I mean, players have been playing back-to-backs for years, man. This is like,
I know.
I'm not sure why this is just coming up now. So
Yeah, it's like anything else, right? Like they've realized that they more injuries are caused on back-to-backs. They're losing games anyways on back-to-backs, so what's the point? So and usually they pick one of the teams that's worse to to play the back-to-back. So it's just I think partly analytics jumping back in and trying to dictate rosters and things like that.
yeah, but that's the thing. Like, if you're gonna have back-to-backs, right? Let's try to get these rosters expanded instead of like 11 or 12. Let's get it to 15. So now you can play more guys. People are playing less minutes, right? It's not so much wear and tear on players, but it's not even like that. It's not like they're playing.
I know. But I think the problem is the star player is not playing. So I think even if you do that, the star players can still figure out how to circumvent it. It's really it's the big names that Adam Silver wants to keep, in the game. So those are the people people are going to pay to see. So when they're not there, that's when you get the complaints.
Yeah, but that's the thing. If I have a star player and I'm playing against a lesser team, right?
Hmm.
Obviously, I start them as normal. I let them get like 10 minutes in, then maybe third quarter, maybe a little 5, and then I bring them in back in the fourth for another 10. Instead of playing them 40 minutes or 35 minutes, now they're only playing 25. So they're kind of the fans are still getting to see them, and at the same time, the superstars
Yeah.
still getting a little rest. So, but as I said, these coaches have to do better jobs at I want to say building out their roster, so they're not only playing for like 5, 6 guys, but
Right.
we're gonna have to wait and see how this pans out, especially with their bargaining agreement. I'm trying to figure out how much money they're like. What do they really want, right?
Right.
So,
Right.
and then on to MLB. Not much here. Teams just gearing up for the playoffs. Wild card races are close.
So that the Yankees are trying to pull us back in, Rich.
Yeah, man. I can't pay attention to them until playoffs, man. I really can't, man. Honestly, I gotta watch them from a distance. Like I gotta keep them at arm's length
Yeah.
because
No, I don't blame you.
they get in the playoffs, they get a favorable matchup in the first round, and then all of a sudden, the ace goes down, nobody's hitting
Hmm.
the ball, and we're out in the first round. So I got to keep the Yankees at arm's length. It can't be emotionally, too much emotionally invested in them, man.
Yeah.
I
No,
have to
I
go,
got you.
have to go break something, man. And then on to PGA, we got the Ryder Cup coming up.
25th through 27th.
Oh, but
So we still got 3 weeks.
so there's not really much going on.
No,
So,
the PGA's kind of their break until the Ryder Cup. I think there's this week there's the Irish Open in Ireland. There's the Alfred Dunhill Links, which they play at St Andrews, and then one other tournament over in Europe it's pretty big. But I think there's a couple tournaments coming up in the U.S. One of them is I think the Next Pro. I think that's next weekend, where you might see some of the U.S. team playing. But yeah, it's kind of a honestly till probably I don't know middle of October maybe. It's a bit of a dead season, and then the fall tour picks up. I think there's like six tournaments or so that bring you to like a couple weeks before Christmas, and then the new year kicks off right after the new year.
oh yeah. And then I think that's it for sports. I don't think there's anything else. And then it's that time again, ladies and gentlemen. We got another edition of JD's Bites and Brew. What you got for us?
All right, so this week is a chicken pesto mozzarella burrito. So it sounds like a lot, but it's really not overly difficult to make. So first, take your chicken, chicken breast, dice them up, throw them in the air fryer. You can season them with what do you do? Salt, pepper, garlic powder, paprika, and Italian seasoning. So while those are air frying, you can make your well, I did this ahead of time, but cook the bacon ahead of time. So there's gonna be bacon on it for you, Rich. And we'll
Ooh,
yeah. So then while the chicken's air frying, you can make the sauce. So sausage is cottage cheese, basil paste, lemon juice, garlic, a little bit of Parmesan, some chili flakes, then a splash of bone broth, and then actually add a little bit of pesto, like a little bit of jarred pesto, like a tablespoon or so, and uh, and then yeah, you just mix that up, season to taste with some salt and pepper, and then take the chicken, bacon in a bowl. Add in some mozzarella cheese. Mix that all up together, and then throw your pesto sauce in there as well. And basically just lay it on a burrito, wrap it up, and then you can either crisp them in the skillet or in an air fryer. So it's up to you. But yeah, you're good to go.
oh, that sounds good, man. And you said what kind of cheese you said you had in there?
So I actually forgot what I did one thing. So it's mozzarella cheese mixed into the filling, and then on top of that, I put a slice of baby Swiss as well.
You hit it with the double cheese. Okay.
Yeah, so you can do a little double cheese if that meets your fancy. But yeah, it was tasty.
All right, man. It definitely does sound good though. And then what would you guys drink that down with?
All right, so checked out a new brewery north of Charlotte in Cornelius, right near Lake Norman. It's a place called Lost Worlds Brewing. It's in a little bit of like a strip mall, but they had a nice little outdoor area. Weather was nice, so hung out there. Had a couple beers. So I did their. I tried a few. I tried three of the beers they had on tap. One I will not review because it wasn't very good, and it was my mistake for ordering it. I should have known better. But I had an IPA in their Oktoberfest. So their Oktoberfest, I'll save. But they had I'm trying to find the name of it. It was a juicy pale ale. It's called Tortuga Juicy IPA. It came in so it says IPA. It came in at 5.5%. So I think that to me is more of a pale ale, or a
Hmm.
session IPA, something like that. But I thought it was pretty good. So it's definitely got like that pineapple flavor up front. I don't know what hops are in it, but I'm guessing Galaxy if it's pineapple flavor. But it definitely gave you like a little bit of a end of summer vibe, sitting on the beach, something like that, sitting out in your back patio, but not something that's going to overpower you. So you still had that kind of that IPA feel on the back of the back in the throat feel. But yeah, overall, I thought it was pretty good. Probably give it a 7.8.
Oh, it was almost there, man.
Yeah, it was solid. It was good.
Yeah, I mean, well, that's like you mentioned, man. That's definitely solid. Definitely some you can have here and there.
Yeah.
So
The one I had that I shouldn't have gotten because I was getting a little it was called the Navigator. It's a pina colada seltzer, and and the guy told me, he's like, it's got a ton of coconut in it. I'm like, okay, well, I love coconut. I don't know, something was off for me. I don't know, it just didn't, it wasn't good. But I
was
think
it
when
was
you're
it just
make
like
when you're
too
making a pina, there was nothing. To me, there was like almost like it didn't, like, I think the flavors almost like cancel each other out. Like it was almost
uh
like bland to me, and I was like, I don't know, I wasn't a fan.
yeah, I hate that, man. You
Yeah,
can't
hey, it
mess up
happens.
the yeah, you can't mess up the pina colada like that, man.
Yeah, I know.
And that's JD's Bites and Brew, everybody. And then this week for the BRRs, just watching our normal shows. It's not really much. It's just Dexter Resurrection and Alien Earth, both great shows.
Hmm.
I like the way they're going. Like I said, the Dexter series is kind of like a reboot, continues off for where it left off. It gives you that normal Dexter feel. They got a bunch of new high-paid actors in there, so
Hmm.
you can't really complain about the acting. Good little story, a few plot twist stuff. So, I mean, overall, it's a good show.
Nice.
I think it's one of Showtime's best shows right now, despite people loving that damn Yellow Jackets. Uh, but other than that, I mean, watching Alien Earth, they just put out episode 5 today or yesterday. Um, Good show, man. Like I said,
Nice.
this takes place before Aliens, the first
Okay.
Alien movie. So it's still a lot of gaps to be filled in as far as like what
Sure.
was going on Earth. What led to them going out and sending out the initial space station for aliens, but they might have already. I don't want to say they want to probably already out there, but we're definitely going to see it take off on the Alien Earth show and find out some other things. So, you know, they got a lot of stuff to work with. They probably got like about 300 years, the whole Alien series of what happened to Ripley while she was in space between what's going on Earth and stuff like that. And by the time she came back, so definitely something you could check out. And then as far as movies, I checked out The Unknown Number, recommended by your boy JD. And
What'd you think?
This is a fucked up show, man.
Isn't it?
Yeah, just cause the outcome. I mean, honestly, the cyberbullying stuff. I don't want to say a load of crap because I feel like we came from a different generation where if somebody made fun of you, you just made fun of them back.
Yeah.
These are all jokes. Like, can't really take anything serious. But I mean, a lot of kids these days they take the cyberbullying personal. It bothers them. But the fact that spoiler alert, that the mom was the one that was cyberbullying the kids, and she was telling the kids to go kill themselves.
Yeah.
I thought that was crazy, man.
That was the one I couldn't really get over. Like, she said a lot of like messed up things, like especially like sexually, like saying things like that to your daughter is extremely weird. But the go kill yourself one, that one I was like, how do you come back from that? Like, if if you found out like your mom was the one that texted you go kill yourself, like the fact that she was even talking to her mom, talking about her mom in that documentary was like wild to me. I would have been like, nope, get out of here. We ain't doing
Yeah,
this.
but that's the thing. She said she hasn't seen her mom since she's got out of jail. So, she said she'll get a chance to see her whenever she feels like the time is right. I'm sure that girl's going through a lot of therapy,
Oh yeah.
hopefully. But I feel bad for the daughter because the fact that it was your mom doing all this stuff.
Yeah.
Now, you lost the first, so-called love of your life the first time, the boyfriend. And then
Yeah.
pretty much now all your friends are gone because of what your mom was doing. Your mom and your dad divorced. She's definitely going through a lot. Like, I feel bad for her the most compared to some of the other people. Some of the other
Oh
people,
yeah.
I feel like it's you lost a friend. Go get over it. Or, but I think her situation will be the worst. But this is a crazy situation, man.
Yeah, just a wild story.
Yeah. Then outside of that, man, I mean, wasn't really much else. I mean, we got the new Conjuring movie coming up this weekend, this Friday. Definitely check that out. I saw they're doing the Scrubs reboot and the Office
Oh, they
spinoff.
are? I
Yeah,
saw the
I
Office
think
spinoff. I didn't see the Scrubs reboot.
yeah, I think the Office spinoff comes out on tomorrow, Thursday. Then I don't know when the Scrubs reboot comes out, but other than that, I mean, we're just waiting along for the rest of our shows to come back. And I know the new HBO show starts this Sunday, so definitely gonna check that out. It's called Task, pretty much about people that do the home invasions, or I think it's home invasions, robberies. I don't know. HBO don't miss, so definitely
No,
be checking it.
no, they do not.
I'm definitely be checking it out between that and this Bills Ravens game. So
There you go.
it's gonna be a fun weekend, man. And then that's pretty much it, ladies and gentlemen. Until next time.
Till next time, Rich.
I want to thank y'all for rocking out here on the Sports Sidebar Podcast. Give y'all something to ride out on.